Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you for your indulgence. My name is Velaphi Mamba, and I'm the Treasurer General of a political party called Putemo, the People's United Democratic Movement from Eswatini. I had 3 points, but I'll just speak to the Swaziland one specifically. At what point does a coup become justifiable? And I want to ask the Pan-African Parliament specifically because the people of Swaziland have been repressed for decades, for 52 years now. It's the only country that still bans political parties. It's the only country that has a parliament that has no power to govern. The powers of state, the powers to govern in Swaziland are with the king. It's an absolute monarch. And everyone here in the Pan-African Parliament is dancing around that question. Nobody ever addresses it. The South African government here has allowed King Mswati to do as he pleases. In June 2021, there was a huge massacre. And this massacre was driven by the military. And it was also driven by what I think has not come up very clearly here, another phenomenon of the rise of mercenaries in this continent as part of this huge military-industrial complex. Mercenaries from here in South Africa, Comrade Lindiwe Zulu, were brought into Swaziland and they massacred the Swazi people. To date, there has been no accountability by the king. There's been no accountability by those who were in government at the time. Instead, former members of parliament were incarcerated. They are still in jail. A lot of Swazi political prisoners are in jail because of that unrest. A lot of Swazis are in exile. And the Swazi people, for 52 years, have been saying the Swazi question must be addressed. No one is addressing it. The SADC is not addressing it. The Pan-African Parliament is not addressing it. The AU, there is no institution in the world that is willing to talk to this question of the absoluteness of the powers of the king in Swaziland. When are the Swazi people going to have a voice? So if the Swazi people ultimately decide that it is time now to wage a coup against the king, what will happen to this region? Because this region is quiet. It's not assisting the Swazi people to transition to a full democratic state, like all the other states in the region and on the African continent. And this frustrates us, Chair, and I would like to place it on the record that the Pan-African Parliament needs to take very seriously the question of Swaziland, needs to put it to the MPs from Swaziland, including Mage Senator Stu Kimotsa, who is here from Swaziland, that we want reforms in the country. We want our people to have sovereignty over their own country. The country doesn't belong to the king. We respect kings, yes, but they don't own us. The people own the country. And lastly, I want to say, the people have a king, not that the king has people. So we should change that and make sure that the sovereignty of the people of Swaziland is respected. It doesn't matter that it's only 1.2 million people. Comrade Thulani Maseko was killed brutally in 2023. No one has been held accountable for that. So we need this to come to a stop. Otherwise, this question of militarization, coups and all that, you should expect that it's going to happen, it's going to explode just next door.